Hey, it's Treasure Milinovich with the Network of Women. So here we are in Cave Creek, Arizona. This is one of my very favorite places to be. It's one of my very favorite places to record because I like to be outside. And it's also this fantastic backdrop for each one of you to kind of gaze upon. If you've never been to the desert is really a truly magical place. It gets a little hot in the summer, but it is a magical place. And right now we're here. It's the very beginning of February. It's going to be about 75 today, so not a bad day here in the desert. What we're going to do is that we are going to do little accompanying videos for Passionate Profits. You know, Lena and I were talking, and we've got the radio show, Passionate Profits, and that's about anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes once a week. And Lena and I were discussing it, and we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could take the topic that we hit upon within the radio show and just give bite-sized bits of information on it, so that those of you that maybe don't have 40 minutes, 50 minutes, although you can always record it, you can always make the MP3, put it in your car. We always talk about making your car the rolling university. That's one of those things that you can do to constantly, be putting your mind in the right place. But up and beyond that, if you've only got a few minutes and you just want kind of a real quick kind of pick-me-up connection, what can I be doing to really put myself in that right place to be ultimately living my life, moving in a place of living my life on purpose with passion. That's really the goal of what it is that we're doing at the Network of Women, is helping women to remember their purpose and living that purpose with passion. I am a firm believer that if we women are able to tap into that for ourselves, and if we're able to really live this life, a purposeful life, a passionate life, then we're going to be able to make such an incredible impact in our homes, in our communities, in our cities, in our country, and then ultimately throughout the world. There's an amazing movement happening right now among women. And it's about this living with purpose, living with passion. That's what we're all about here at the Network of Women. So week 1 of Passionate Profits was all about attitude. So attitude is a composite of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Okay, and all of these are working together. Our thoughts begin, right? And then our feelings, that's what we encompass in our body. And then it's our actions and how we get out there and we actually put into action what it is that we want. But it all starts with our thoughts. And that is what really sets our attitude. And we have to set our attitude each and every day. Now, I'm a mom of 3 young kids, and I'm a wife, and I know there's a lot of you out there that are mothers and wives, or you have, you're a caregiver, or you've got nieces or nephews, or whatever it is. We've all got these things in our lives that are kind of trigger points, I like to call it. And for me, I've had to really work on maintaining a good, positive attitude, even in the face of, the kids getting crazy, or my husband being grumpy, or whatever it might be, or things going wrong in the business. And each one of us has to do that every single day. It's not that, for some people, I know Lena and I have talked about this, Lena has a set point that's a little bit higher than me in the good attitude department. I definitely have to work on it. It's not something that comes completely and totally natural to just have this great, positive, wonderful attitude. I struggled with depression when I was in my teenage years, and also when I was in my early 20s. And so for me, it's kind of an ongoing process of understanding what my attitude is, and then placing that set point of my attitude each and every day so that I know where I'm coming back to. And so how we can do this is that first understanding what is our attitude, right? Our attitude is a composite of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. So again, it starts with the thought, right? The thought then manifests into the body, and that's how we feel, right? And so a good example of this is, you can't be thinking that, well, my life sucks and, the world's out to get me, and, and then be walking down the street and feeling great and all smiling and happy. It just doesn't work that way. So your thoughts are tied in with your feelings, right? And that sets up your vibration. And then that's tied into how is it that I'm going to get out there and really move in the direction of my goals, my dreams, my purpose, and living my life on passion. So each and every day, you have to set this point for your attitude. Now, I like to even start the night before. So the night before, when I'm laying in bed and I'm about ready to fall asleep, I'll think to myself how I want to wake up in the morning. And I'll even visualize to myself, how am I going to get out of bed? Is there going to be a smile on my face? How is it that I'm going to greet my day? And so I'll start the evening before, because like I said, it doesn't come real natural for me, right? So I've got to set these things up. So I'll start the evening before, and then I go to sleep. And then as I'm laying in bed, so my alarm will go off, and as I'm laying in bed, I immediately start with gratitude. One of the things that I learned from Louise Hay was, the very first thing you can say is thank you to my bed, to my nice, soft, warm bed. Because we all know that there's many, many, many people in this world that don't even have a nice, soft, warm bed. So the very basics of it, thank you to my bed, right? And thank you to my house, which keeps me warm, keeps a roof over my head, protects me and my family. And then you can immediately get into if you have a husband or a loved one beside you. And then immediately, as you're in bed, start this process of gratitude. And it can take just a few minutes, or you can lay there for 10 or 15 minutes, whatever really suits your fancy and how you want to get started in your day. And then what this does is this begins to set your attitude. Now, for some of you, that might be enough, right? And it might be a natural point for you that I'm in a great mood all day long, is that little bitty thing. For me, I have to do other things, right? I have little reminders on my mirror. I have my little rubber band right here about remembering to remember. So anytime that I'll feel like my heart starts racing a little bit, or the kids are doing something, or whatever might be going on that's really starting to maybe agitate me a little bit, I'll look down and I'll see my rubber band, and I might even do a little snap, because that little snap, just that little tinge right there, it sends a little message to the thoughts. What are you thinking? Who are you? Who do you want to be today? And I'm immediately brought back to that place of, I remember how I want to be. I remember who I am. And I remember what my very purpose is on this planet. So that's what I want for each one of you, is that we start this process so that you're able to, every single day, remember who you are, what's your purpose while you're here on this planet, and how can you live that purpose with all the passion that you can possibly muster. So that's it for today. All about attitude, and we'll be back soon. Make it your best day ever.